My daughter's still out here, but I'm going to try and get one more done without the sun being in our eyes. Okay, a question for you. If you were alive a couple thousand years ago, let's say you lived 3,000 years ago, no modern technology, no modern buildings, no electricity or anything like that, where would you choose to live? What geographic location do you think would be best for your survival? If you said near a river, you would be correct. That would be the best place for you to go to survive. And there's reasons for that. People who were alive thousands of years ago, when they started to settle in one area and become a civilization, they chose areas that were near rivers. There are 4 civilizations we're going to be studying in this class in detail. They all developed in river valleys, places that are near a river. Okay, those 4 places in the world are ancient Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, ancient India, and ancient China. But we also refer to these places by the river that they developed near. So, for example, in Mesopotamia, we call that area the Tigris and Euphrates river valleys, or the Fertile Crescent. In Egypt, we call it the Nile River Valley because it was near the Nile River. In India, the Indus River Valley. And in China, the Yellow River Valley. Now, there's a reason why people chose to live near rivers. There are lots of advantages to living near a river, if you think about it. One is agriculture, right? We said that was the number one turning point in human history up until this point. Humans learned how to farm, and in order to farm successfully, you need water for your crops. So living near a river provides that. Obviously, yes, for things like drinking and bathing, students always mention that as benefits to living near a river. True, you're not wrong. But also think about the resources you could get out of that river. Fish, right? Whatever kind of sea life is in there becomes a food source for you. For travel, rivers are really great for travel because they're not just a stagnant body of water. Rivers move. So if you're really good at building boats and rafts and canoes and ships and things like that, you're going to be able to travel really quickly and efficiently if you live near a river because it's going to carry you where you need to go. Also, if you're traveling, you might as well trade. Trade is very good for your economy. You can get, obviously this leads to cultural diffusion, right? If you're trading with another civilization, you're getting goods and ideas from those people. And that's all because you live near a river and it's easy for you to do that. There's also disadvantages to living near a river too, though. If you take a look at what's going on in the United States right now, there's a lot of massive flooding that happened during Hurricane Helene down in the Carolinas and in eastern Tennessee. It's a devastation. Really, it's really heartbreaking to watch. So flooding is one negative thing that could come from living near a river, even though it does provide many benefits. In the civilizations we will study, you're going to see sometimes the flooding is predictable. If you're lucky, you live in a civilization where you know when and where that river is going to flood. But not every civilization is that way. Sometimes it's unpredictable flooding. You have no clue when it's going to happen or where it's going to happen. That can be really devastating. There's also potential for disease to spread. If a river floods and it leaves behind large like ponds and lakes or even just like big puddles of water, there's disease that could develop from that. I mean, even today you see that. Mosquitoes will breed and they can transmit disease pretty easily. That could be a negative impact of living near a river. I don't know if I would consider this a disadvantage, but it's a challenge. Yes, you have the water source close to you if you need to farm, but how do you exactly get the water from the river to the farm? Well, these civilizations we're going to study, in all of them, you'll see that they developed a form of irrigation. Irrigation just means that you're bringing water from a place where it is to where it is not. Usually that requires you digging ditches or canals, irrigation canals, like ruts in the ground, or even pipes and plumbing of some kind to bring it to your fields. So again, that might not be a disadvantage. It's a benefit to be by a river, but you're going to need to put in the effort in order to get the water exactly where you need it. So anyway, big takeaways from this video. The 4 first civilizations that developed on the planet all developed near river valleys. In Mesopotamia, the Tigris and Euphrates river valleys. In ancient Egypt, the Nile River Valley. In India, in the Indus River Valley. In China, in the Yellow River Valley. And lots of benefits to living near a river. Of course, that's why those civilizations developed near a river, because of the benefits of it. But then there's some challenges and some disadvantages too that humans are going to have to learn to deal with for survival.